Hi, everybody. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. It's been a while. I've had a lot of things going on. I won't get too into depth into those things, but I had a couple accidents, so I haven't been physically capable of using my left arm to its fullest extent. So I will. It was hard for me to shuffle. So I'm going to shuffle as best as I can by keeping my hands down. The closer my arms are down, the easier it is for me to shuffle. So happy Halloween, everybody. The veil is the thinnest, as we know. And I'm sure a lot of you who have lost somebody recently, right, have been getting a lot of messages, synchronicities, and signs involving those that you have lost. And I think that happy Halloween! Hi, it's been a while. Um, yeah, so I'm just excited to do this. I'm not going in any particular direction. The theme of this reading is just what's coming through. I haven't been on in a while. So I just want to see what the energy is. There's a lot of things chaotically going on in the world right now, but we want to center ourselves and go within and kind of just see what comes up, because there's a lot of illusions happening around us. And so let's get into the center of everything and get into it, right? So I just want to see how this reading is going to start. I have lit a candle, a Dia de los Muertos candle. So in case if anybody's lost anybody, perhaps they might want to come through in tonight's reading. Usually my Halloween readings are a lot of people that have passed on like to come through during those readings. And if I slur or stutter a little bit, I had 2 concussions back to back, so it's still hard for me to get my words or pick the words that I want to say. It's a little jumbled, but I'm going to try not to think with my other brain, the other side of the brain, and I'm going to try to just feel what comes through. Happy Halloween, everybody! Hey, Roman! Hey, Angels Beauty! All right, let's see. Let's see what's come through. And I got all these cool Halloween decks that I want to use, so I'm super stoked about that. I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did do songs prior to this, but I really didn't feel like I wanted to do songs. But I did notice a theme in a few of the songs. Something about a movie, something about the movies, a movie, or like I'm seeing somebody going to a movie premiere, or like going to a movie like a first time, like maybe it's the first time watching that movie or the premiere of a movie, but I'm seeing a movie. And what else? Oh yeah, and I got I Like the Way. There was 2 songs that played back to back today at 10:31 a.m., which 10:31 is Halloween. There was 2 songs that played, and they were both called I Like the Way. The first one was Brenton Wood, I Like the Way You Love Me. The second one was by 311, I Like the Way. So I'm hearing somebody like, I like the way you do things. I like the way that you operate. I like the way that you talk, or I like the way, just, something that resonates, right? Okay. So of course, off the bat, we have a partnership. So a partnership coming up in terms, and partnerships could be anything. It could be, it can be work related. It can be a business partnership. Yeah. And maybe I'm seeing like, whether this is business or work, like maybe sometime like it was in reverse, right? A disharmonious experience with somebody, like maybe you're working with somebody and it's just not feeling as harmonious as it could be, or a family member, you're not feeling like a harmonious partnership with them coming together. Most of them was seeing like roommates clashing, or like somebody clashing, but all you want is just to be loved and to be in love, right? Like you want to be able to give your cup to somebody and somebody give you the cup, and reciprocity is the word. I feel like we all want reciprocity. We all want to work together. So whenever I see the 2 of Cups, it's teamwork, making the dream work. We all have to come together to make what needs to be made, right? So there's strength in numbers. I'm hearing strength in numbers. The more people that are on board with this, the more that it will happen. So it's almost like a collective manifestation. So in the US and a lot of places in the world, the systems are crumbling. The veil has been lifted. I've been talking to you guys about the veil being lifted for a very long time. And you guys, at the time, you don't know what exactly does that mean? Like, what exactly does the veil being lifted mean? And we're seeing that. We're seeing how things have been corrupt for a very long time, and now it cannot be hidden. Now it's like it's right there, and depending on your level of consciousness and awareness, you're seeing the corruption, or you have a cognitive dissonance and you refuse to see. But I think a lot of the world is seeing what's happening, the distribution of wealth, all these different things. And it's up to us to come together to create this change, right? We have to all come together to manifest the reality that we want. Now we're at the point where we need to visualize it, visualize what you want, how you want this world, right? I think a lot of people, they wanted the system to crumble. I know a lot of my people, my friends, in the past, etc., their manifestation was, I want this system to just crumble and just fall and just blah, blah, blah. And it's exactly what's happening right now. The system is crumbling, and the tower is falling, and it needs to fall in order to be built on something more solid, stable, and transparent is the word I'm hearing. Transparency. There's a lot going on around here, so if you guys hear music and things like that. So, oh, I love this. So we got temperance, right? Balance, peace. So I keep seeing this like a partnership. Like, I just want us to have peace. I just want us to have balance, right? Oh, look at, I like this. As we're talking about all this, it's lack of perspective, a lot of discord happening, right? There's people that are stuck in an old program and they don't want to upgrade, right? They don't want to update their software, so to speak. They like how things are. They don't want things to change. This can be anything from society to somebody you like a roommate, a situation, or like a family situation. They want to stay the same. They don't want to change, and it's not our responsibility to change them, right? Sorry, I have very little light in here, so I could not put my my ring light today because I don't know where it is. It was in the process of moving, and everything is just everywhere right now. Okay. But we have victory coming, right? This overcoming of obstacles, our hard work paying off, right? But there's also a feeling of powerlessness. Wanting, like, seeing things happening around you and wanting it to like change or stop, but feeling powerless. How? And that's because when we are just one person trying to stop something, yes, we feel powerless. But when we're in teamwork, right, makes the dream work. Strength in numbers. We all need to come together to create this manifestation, to create this change. The chariot is also, to me, movement, travel, right? The chariot is the car. I do see the yin and yang next to it. So even though temperance is also balance, this is also balance. And I feel like right now there's a tremendous imbalance of power, whether this is worldwide or just in your life. There's an imbalance. Somebody who constantly wants to be in control, and another one who constantly just wants peace. And so when you have two people that are constant, one just wants peace and one just wants conflict, it just doesn't come together. It's not harmonious. There's no, the yin and yang, though they are black and white, they work together to create change. They work together. There is no separation. They are still one, right? So even those that are on opposite sides of the spectrum, Everybody needs to come together to create change. Okay, I think this is it started very heavy, and I think that has to do with a lot of what's happening in the world, but also in our lives, right? Look at how fast this year went, guys. We are in October, November, tomorrow, the year's over. Where did it go? It's almost like time is speeding up. And so I've always had this feeling that, time is being manipulated. It is being sped up. I have a clock that I've had for years, and the minutes, the seconds go one, it's so fast. The minutes go so fast. And if you remember, like when you were in school, right, you would look at the clock, and that's the same size clock that I have. It's like one of those school clocks. It would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one that I have, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the minute's done. And so I was like curious, and I aligned it with my phone to see if it was correct, and it did. But it just felt too fast for me. Things moving too fast is what I keep feeling, right? It's like everything is moving quickly at a speed that we're not used to, and almost makes us feel out of alignment. It's almost like we're in a car that's speeding down the highway and we don't have brakes. It's like, whoa, 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 this is going a little too fast. Like, how do I stop this? Well, you can't stop it, but you can learn to ride it. You can learn to ride the wave. Okay, let's check out my Halloween deck. I don't know what I did with the little Halloween booklet, but it's here somewhere. This is an interesting Halloween deck because it is an Australian woman who wrote this. So it's her interpretation of Halloween in the US. Hi, Casey. Hi, everybody. It's been a while. Thank you guys for being here. Dawn. Okay. The light after the darkness. What was I just saying? We were talking about the yin and yang, right? An imbalance of power at the moment where everything seems dark. Everything seems very dark right now. And this is the card that reminds us that it's not. The light is coming. The owl, I like that you said 33, Ageless Beauty, because the owl represents the number 33, the master number of enlightenment, right? Let me see if I have the little booklet for this. I know I do. Here it is. Okay, let me show you guys the card so you guys can get like the visual of it. I mean, it really is beautiful. The owl represents enlightenment. What has been hidden is being shown. You are being enlightened with information that you did not have before. I wonder if I can oh, that's horrible. I'm like trying to find a way. Okay, we'll leave it right there for now. Breaking Dawn. I'm thinking of Twilight. So while midnight is often, and that's another thing, midnight. The word midnight popped up today in my channelings, like the word midnight kept popping up, and I was like, oh, what about midnight? While midnight is often thought of as a magical hour, throughout time, dawn has also had its share of the mystical. And it is. So in a lot of, the witching hour, some people say it's 12 o'clock, but I think it's between 3 and 5 a.m. That's to me the witching hour, because it's kind of like we're moving out of that sleep state where we're going to be waking up. And so our alpha waves and the beta waves start waking up. You're moving through realms around that time. And so when you're moving through realms, that's when a lot of weird things start happening, right? Dawn and deities of dawn heralded both hope and a new life. Goddesses such as Esther and gods like Helios and Apollo were those who brought new life. Should you receive the Dawn card, you are being reminded that there's always a fresh start and a new beginning to be had. Change is unstoppable. Even the most difficult times will pass, no matter how devastating things may seem. Hope is one of the most powerful, motivating forces in the universe, and it's being indicated here. So yeah, hope, right? We still need to continue to have hope, because without it, what do we have? Despair? We can't stay stuck in despair for too long. Oh my gosh, death. I love this card. It reminds me of my. I love this card because it's something is finally ending. So we were talking about the veil being lifted and people finally seeing what's happening in the world, and that's what's happening. So something is dying in order to make room for, like, something has to die in order to make room for something else. And I love it. It looks like a moth, but it also looks like a bee. The eternal cycle begins here. And bees are the workers, right? In the animal kingdom, the bees are the worker bee. They get, and then they have their queen and they take care of her. But without the bees, we don't exist, right? If the bees died off, we all are gone. Unless science comes around and figures out a way to pollinate things, which I'm sure they're working on that. But yeah, science sometimes isn't natural. So yeah, death. So whenever I think of death, I think of something ending, something necessary needing to end. I in previous readings, I saw somebody dying before the end of the year, somebody prominent. I won't say names because I don't want to say that, but I have talked to friends about this. So when it happens, so I will. I don't like to celebrate death, right? But Halloween is a celebration of death. It's a part of life. That's what it says right here. As humans are conscious beings, we know about death, and many are afraid and uncomfortable about it. Halloween illuminates the universal truth that all of us will die, just as all of us were born. So to be fearful of that end process is fairly pointless. Do not be afraid if you pull the death card. It just simply means that something's fallen away. Yes, it's just like the death card in tarot. Something needs to end in order to be built on something more solid. And I think that's exactly what's happening with everything right now. I wish I had something to put it right here. Maybe I can put it right here. Goodness. I'm the worst here. Okay. And I think I'm going to do 3 of these. The magical 3, we had the number 33 coming through. They call it the Jesus number in some places, right? Ooh, vampire. Drinking the elixir of life. So whenever this card pops up, some people would say an energy vampire, somebody sucking your life force. I feel like that's ending if you have somebody who's in your life who is constantly, draining you of your energy, draining you of your life force. That's going to end. But I also see vampire as something else. I see it as eternal, right? Vampires don't die. We have something that does die, but then we have something that doesn't die. And I feel like that's so crazy. I had a costume that I was going to wear tonight that I just decided not to wear after all. But it looked very similar to this outfit. It was eerily similar to this outfit. So vampire, I think of Bram Stoker. He loved eternally for thousands of years his partner. And love is eternal. When I think of what is eternal, love is. Love transcends time and space. It just is. It is the most powerful force in the universe, right? Music also transcends time and space, right? Vampire. Where is the vampire? Oh, here it is. Some would say the vampire is a little bit horrifying, but some would say it's desirable. Like if you think of Twilight, think of Nosferatu, not so much, but you think of Twilight and the beautiful, glamorous aspects of a vampire. People are like, yeah, I'd love to be a vampire. Vampires are not natural. Just like we were talking about the bees, that the mechanical bees that they're creating are not natural. And I would not want to live forever in that sense, right? I would not like to be Marcy right now and like I'm gonna stay me right now forever. No, I want to experience life in various forms, in various shapes, and various experiences. And I don't want to watch everybody that I love pass away and continually rebuild and watch everybody pass away while I continue going. So some things are not natural and some things are meant to die. Some things are meant to die. Okay. So I love the vampire. Like when Twilight came out, that was my jam. I went and saw it at the theaters. I stood in line, like midnight showing. So cool. Okay, I got this cool deck that my friend Tam lent me. And it's a little vampire deck. Or not a vampire deck. It's a Halloween deck. So hold on. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Ace of Cups. I love it. I love it. Ace of Cups, upright. So look at that. Look at that card. I just really love the artwork in this deck. And look at, he's got the clock. Right there. I think I'm backwards. If I'm looking at this, am I backwards? I don't know. But Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is new love, new beginnings, new emotions stirring up. I feel like it's time, right? He's got the clock on there and it's like, it's time. Why is it so blurry? I have like 3 bars on the Wi-Fi here. Let's see if I can see what time it is on this thing. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. It's 4. Oh, wow. It's 4:32 on his clock. Which, if you're familiar with 4:32, that is the heart chakra frequency. And I really, it's not just the heart chakra, it's love. I just got like I don't know, it was like almost like chills because it's somebody pouring their cup out to you, their emotions, their feelings, their heart out to you. But it's also the time that Mikey died, 4:32. So that's his sign that he's here. And then when I think, like, when you think about it, you know, I like this deck because look at upright, it's like I'm pouring out my cup to you. But then here it's like somebody's filling that cup up for me. Like my cup has been empty for so long and now it's time for it to finally be filled. And I really like this because if you look at the 2 of Cups, so we have 1 and 2 ascending, they're giving each other this one. They're giving each other their cups. Like, thank you. Here you go. And here the universe is giving. I'm like, here the universe is giving the cup. The universe is saying it's time for you to have a new experience, a new emotional experience based on your heart. I've never read, like, I haven't gotten a chance to like read what all these. Oh, everything's backwards here. 8. Oh, okay. That's very strange. The way that it's set up, it's got like just the ace, king, queen. Usually you go ace, 1, 2, 3. But Ace of Cups. And what's interesting is she's also holding a cup. The life force. And this card in the actual booklet references life force being in this cup. If you see like the electricity that's coming out, and also you see the snakes in the cup, and in I don't see, like, some people would think snake in the grass, like somebody bad. But when I think of a snake, I think of Kundalini awakening. I think of spiritual enlightenment. I think of like the apex of reaching your spiritual evolvement, and the electricity that comes through when you have a kundalini awakening, of like just everything just lighting up. um, Definitely seeing that happening for somebody, and it represents possibilities, right? Water taking shape. Water takes shape. Water can be, but also water can carve things. Like they say, it carved the Grand Canyon. Um, I'm not sure about that. I think something else carved the Grand Canyon, but I do think a lot of the caverns and things were softened out by the water. So very cool. I like this deck. It's so cute. The Goblet. And it looks like the snake is like biting his finger, but I really don't think so. It looks like he's giving of his energy to him. Oh, so cute. Oh my God, more cups. Oh, look at that. The 9 of Cups. Oh, I absolutely love this. So on Dia de los Muertos, Pets Dia de los Muertos, we were fostering some kittens, and one of them was the sweetest kitten, and she passed away on Dia de los Muertos, Pets Dia de los Muertos. So I thought that was an interesting thing to happen. Um, but it's still always such a very sad thing when you're taking care of a little living creature and it passes away. So maybe she's coming to say hi. But yeah, 9 of Cups. Look at that. We have a lot of Cups energy. We're in our emotions. We're in our feels. Like we just want to, what is in motion? Energy in motion. But it's also like anger, frustration. It's also, hurt. It's love. It's joy. It's all the different things, right? It's not just people think of the cups, they think love, and it's like, no, it's all of our emotions, all of our energy in motion. Okay, let's see if this has a, I know it's the first one. No, it's the second one. 9 of Cups. One drop, one wish upon a star. I really don't know about this book. It just kind of tells you a story. An old woman is mixing potions. She sits in front of a window, leaning her head forward as she is listening to the sound from outside. She is concentrating on her job to make potent potion by mixing important ingredients. So, alchemy, right? When we're mixing things together, um, she will make it real. You can hear the message of the card. Listen and you will hear. The energy of this card is water and earth and represents underground currents bursting into the sacred water springs with magical healing qualities. This card is believing in even a small possibility and not losing hope. And victory will be yours. We got victory twice. There's a victory coming. There's a win coming. A win that is long overdue. I feel like this win should have happened last year. And now it's coming. It's coming. Let me just look at I want to see what the here it is. Jupiter and Pisces. And it's happiness. So I feel like there's happiness coming, right? This is the wish card in tarot. So we have wish, love. I feel like we had the Lovers at the top. We felt like Temperance. Temperance. She comes in through, and look at more cups. Look at her. Look at all these cups. So many dang cups. Like somebody's got way too many cups. Lots of cups. But it's also about like good health. It's also about like happiness. It's about good friendships, wishes coming true, something that you've been wanting to happen, something you've been wanting to manifest. And I feel like that is a great sign. What's going on in the world right now, we want to see a different kind of change happen. We're done with accepting things as they are, and we're trying to make a change. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so if somebody's been wanting to work on their money, Queen of Pentacles is here. I really like this Queen of Pentacles. I really like the pumpkin there. It almost looks like a star, but it looks like a fishbone on top. We did get some Pisces energy here, but the Queen of Pentacles. And I want to see what the sign is for the Pentacles on this one. King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Here she is, a reliable woman. So this one is the solar plexus for security. And I like looking at this because she's sitting on the throne. I like to look at this card instead of this, even though I like the artwork on this one. She's filled with love. You know, green can represent money, but it could also represent the heart chakra. So I'm getting a lot of heart chakra energy. Like you've been healing something in your heart. The heart requires a lot of forgiveness, and it's hard to forgive people that are making things very difficult for us or for others, right? It's hard for us to have empathy or compassion for people who hurt us. But sometimes it's necessary to lessen the burden on our energy to not hold on to it. It's like baggage. Like, get this out of my backpack. Why do I need this? So, yeah. This talks about taking care of your body and your finances. A benefactor. So I'm seeing a benefactor, whether you're the benefactor or somebody's your benefactor. I'm seeing somebody coming in helping you financially with something, a partnership. So it goes right back to the very beginning with the partnership that came through. And so Queen of Pentacles coming through with all this balance. We have balance here, right? Temperance. We also have balance here, the yin and yang with the little sphinxes at the bottom there. So a balanced partnership where, you know, there's this poem that I wrote a long time ago, and it's like, give, receive, give, help each other grow, help each other live. And I feel like a balanced partnership where we help each other, like I'm not giving too much and you're not giving too much, like we're giving each other equally. I'm giving you 100%, you're giving 100%, right? So a balanced partnership is coming together, right? And it's a wish fulfillment. I feel like you've been waiting for this for a long time. A whole longer than the year that we've been having right now. What a crazy year. Is this, I feel like sometimes I'm just going to wake up and the year didn't happen. Okay, I got more Halloween cards. I got so many Halloween cards. I got the Nightmare Before Christmas deck. Let's see this little deck here. No more people letting people drain your energy. That's what I'm hearing. I feel like we're done with that. Ugh, sorry. My shuffling is not up to par right now. Six of Ghosts. I wish I knew what Six of Ghosts is in this deck, but I don't. But look at them. Somebody's got a house. Is that a church or is that a house? I think this is Six of Cups. I don't know. I don't know what the ghosts is in this deck, but I really like it. And I was mentioning ghosts all day. I mentioned ghosts in a post earlier. Ghost Malone. Okay, ghost would be the suit of Cups. I was right. Look at that. So we have so much Cups energy, guys. This is crazy. And so the Six of Cups, if you're familiar with it, it's a sentimental card. It's walk down memory lane. It's nostalgia. Somebody from your past coming back. Or just wondrous thoughts about your past, right? A gift from an admirer. An inheritance. I was seeing an inheritance for somebody. Like I kept hearing the word inheritance. I don't have anybody that in my family that could leave me an inheritance. So I knew it wasn't for me. I was like, oh, somebody's getting an inheritance. But yeah, it's nostalgia. When I think of Six of Cups, you think of like, let me show you the photo because you got to see the photo so you can understand. I love the Ten of Cups. That was one of my favorites, but here it is. So you remember it. So you know what I'm talking about. See the little card? So it's childhood nostalgia. It is somebody from your past coming to the forefront, right? Um, Sun in Scorpio, harmony, childhood, reconciliation, and old friends. So maybe old friends from the past coming up. The Six of Cups reveals happy memories and childhood fondness. I mean, if you are like me and don't have very many happy childhood memories, um, there are few that I can think of. And so it's wanting you to focus on those happy memories and not focus anything of like the hurt and pain that might have been caused, but focusing on the nostalgia. Like, it's Halloween, right? You think about like when you were a kid and you were going trick or treating with your friends or with your family, etc. Those nostalgic moments. I was giving out candy. We just moved to a new area where it's more. I used to live in a rural area where there was no children. Now I live in an area where there was only 3 trick or treaters tonight. So I sat out here with my candies. For 3 trick-or-treaters. Well, at least they got, a lot. But and then I started thinking about like when I was trick-or-treating and how many kids were on the street then compared to now. There was nobody. And this is a like heavily populated area to not see many kids. And it made me kind of sad. It made me kind of sad of longing for the times when we could go out and be safe and be kids, right? A lot of these kids don't get to be the kids that we were, right? Bottom of the deck, Queen of Bats. A lot of kids don't get to have the experience that we had, the safety net. We didn't have internet. We didn't have all this stuff. Well, I didn't. I didn't have internet till I was like 18, 19. The devil. So being shackled to something, right? Being shackled to something that no longer serves us. And as I'm talking about these memories, right? I'm talking about these these emotions, and these memories that hold us on to these past experiences, right? And it's about letting those things go. Yeah, it wasn't. Isn't that sad, Roman? Like there was not a lot of kids out, and it made me sad, because I know that there's a lot of children that live around here. I see them, when they're coming home from school or things like that. So it was sad to see that there was no children out. But the devil, I think devil's also Scorpio. I'm seeing something about the devil. I think that's 15. If anybody's like wanting to get into tarot, I highly recommend this book. It gives you like brief descriptions of like what astrological placements. It's got like the Kabbalah. It's got everything. It's got the numerology of it. Here it is, the devil. So in this traditional one, there's a photo for that. In this traditional one, it's 2 people that are bound and chained together. And I'm thinking of like karmic partnerships, karma, right? We have people that we are trauma bonded to, or we have karma that we're playing out with them. And it's hard to break free, especially the way the world is right now. It's so uncertain that familiarity makes it easier for us to stay in uncomfortable situations, because we know that even though it can be toxic, it feels familiar. It feels safe in a sense, even though it can be toxic. So yeah, but breaking free of those things. And this card is like the opposite, kind of like the opposite of like the Lover's card. If you see, it's like the Lover's card, they're giving each other their cups, so to speak. And this one, they're just bonded together. They're trauma bonded. So yeah, it's a reminder to balance, right? When we're in a relationship where you give too much to somebody and they don't give anything in return, it's like that can be like that kind of relationship, burdensome, or bad influence, right? At home, it represents living with domineering people. We were talking about that at the very beginning. Living with, let's say, a roommate or a partner or a family member who is domineering, or always wanting to be in control. They want everything to be their way. And when you're when you're living with somebody, it has to be, you have to see the other people's point of view, because you're not living alone. You live with other people. Yeah, it's like anything. Domineering bosses, going to work where the boss is domineering and toxic, or having a friendship who's toxic. It's like breaking free is what I'm getting. Breaking free from that. And I also feel like this is like the world right now. We're all bound to this up here, and it's like, dude, we don't have to be, because there's strength in numbers. There's more of us than them, so to speak. There's more of us than them. 3 of imps, 3 of wands. There's the little black kitty. There was a little cat that, as I was sitting outside trying to wait for trick-or-treaters, that was just sitting out on the, like, right next to the street. And I kept telling him, get out of the street, kitty. It's not your time to be in the streets. But he wanted to be in the streets. So the 3 of imps, I feel like maybe it was a familiar of sorts. Ooh, my screen just did something weird. 3 of imps. I think it's wands. This is what's up with these little decks. As much as I love like these Halloween decks and stuff, it's hard because they change the names of things. So you're just like, what does that mean? There it is. It is wands. Okay. So the 3 of wands, it's a successful endeavor and a creative payoff. The possibility of barriers between people when it's in reverse, but it was upright. So I'm seeing a successful endeavor, a creative payoff. There's that thing. Okay. I was seeing success, victory in something that you are working with somebody else, some partnership of sorts. So it's going to be successful, and it's a victory. So the 3 of wands is something you're very passionate and creative about, something that you're very passionate about. And it's something creative. And I was seeing at the very beginning of the reading a movie premiere, like a movie. I don't know if somebody's maybe writing something or going to a movie or something that has to do with movies, but the movies were popping up. Yeah. Okay, so I did 3 of those. You know what? This reminds me of Masumi. So my friend that passed away recently, rest in peace, Masumi. For Halloween, she did this, where is it? Here. She did this devil costume. She painted herself like all red like that. She did this fire show. And this, I feel like that's her. That's her saying hello. But she did a fire show. She was really cool. Miss her. Okay, now we're going to do, did we already do this deck? Yes, we did. Let's do Nightmare Before Christmas deck. There's a firework that just went off. Booyah! So many Halloween decks. And I do have like 2 more Halloween decks somewhere, and I just couldn't find them. I just got whatever like was right at hand. Whoa, this is stuck. This is stuck, and I'm going to get it. The Emperor! Oh my gosh. Okay. It's right here. Hold on. Let me show you guys. I think it's right here. Oh no, I might have moved it. But anyways, there was this Emperor card that was like lying around on my desk, and it was everywhere. Like I would pick it up and then it would fall like somewhere, like I would find it somewhere else, and it appeared in 5 different places as I was moving things around. I don't know where the hell. And I was like, the Emperor, the Empress, right? The Emperor is in his power. He is the divine masculine energy of like using logic and stability and all those things to make things happen, right? Whereas the feminine is receptivity, the masculine energy is giving. But I like his Santa Claus. There's Santa Claus right there. So yeah, the Emperor, I want to see his the logo is, here he is. Is that true? Oh my God, Riptide. Riptide 311. I love that name. So I have a kitten that her name's Curly, and we've been calling her like Rip Curl. And I was like, Rip Curl, Riptide. But yeah, so this Emperor card, I'm trying to now that I need it, I can't find it, but it literally was right here. Oh, here it is. This little crazy Emperor. But it was everywhere. I was like, what in the world? So we have, his counterpart is the Death card. We did get the Death card earlier. Aries. He represents progress and the root chakra for security. But look at when he's like at his worst, he wants control. He wants to control everything around him. He's not open to allowing people's perspectives or point of view because he thinks he knows how everything should be done. But when he's balanced, he's able to work together with others in a calm and precise way, in a very logical way. So everything running smoothly, right? He's like all about order. He's all about order. And I think that's a pomegranate in his hand, if I'm not mistaken. And pomegranates represent prosperity. So he's able to make money come in. Like he has the capability, right? And he's got it looks almost like an ink, right? We were talking about eternal life earlier and how I think being a vampire would be like a curse, right? Because I would like to see the end and be able to come back as somebody else. Like, I don't want to be stuck as Marcy forever, right? I want to have different experiences. Yeah. So it talks about finances, organizing your finances, fairness happening at work, new partnerships again. So we do have partnerships coming in and loyal partnerships, loyalty in love, loyalty in business, progress, moving forward. Old Saint Nick. So I'm seeing the name Nick, Nicole, Nicholas. Okay, these cards are very stuck together because I don't ever use them. I want the bottom one. Here we go. Strength. Oh, I love this. So this is very similar to the Emperor, the Strength card. Sometimes we need that strength to move forward. So I feel like this is a strong partnership that's going to be coming in for somebody. And what was I just saying? Strength in numbers. There's strength in numbers. If we all come together, we are strong. All right, we can make shit happen. It's the number 7. So 7 represents spirituality, introspection. It represents truth, right? The truth has been revealed, and sometimes we don't like the truth. We don't like seeing what finding out that something was a lie, right? We can't be gaslit anymore. This is the thing. When you reach a level of consciousness and awareness, you can tell when somebody's lying. And so it's not because you can tell you feel it. You feel the authenticity of something. And it's hard to, I used to call people out when I knew they were lying, and they'd be like, well, how do you know I'm lying? So now I don't do that anymore. I just allow them to have their experience. I know that they're lying about something, and it's not my responsibility to call them out on it. Their lie is their karma. How I react to it is mine. How you react to it is yours. So it's courage, Leo the lion, the element of fire, solar plexus, right? Our self-confidence and ability to move forward. But it also talks about there's a need to support and direct those with strong opinions. Yeah, so there's a lot of people that are using their voice for good, and they're risking a lot in order to use that voice. And so it's up to us. If we're not in a position where we can use our voice, we can at least support those that are. Right. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. It's been a while since I've been on alive. So thank you for being here. Yeah, I was explaining at the beginning of the reading that I had 2 accidents back to back within a week of each other. So I've had a lot of healing to do, and so I haven't been able to really be 100% physically and mentally. So thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. So if you look at the card, see, this is what I like about the traditional tarot, because the traditional tarot card imagery, though I love the Night Before Christmas, what that's got nothing to do with the Strength card, right? The whole symbolism is here, opening the mouth of the lion, not just opening the mouth of the lion, but having a symbiotic relationship with the lion, to where the lion allows itself for the investigation of the mouth. Like the lion is like, I trust you, and I'm gonna allow you to check my, open my jaws, and I'm not gonna, and that person knows that he's not gonna get hurt. That this angel with the infinite power on her head knows that she's not gonna get hurt. It's okay to use your voice. You are protected. Yeah, lucky number 7. Thank you, thank you. I'm recovering. It's taken some time. It was back in September. I'm like all over the place. But yeah, so the Strength card, I really love. I just love the symbolism of her. She's got the infinity on her head, it almost looks like a halo, but it's like infinite knowledge, infinite power. She has the capability. She has the courage to make things happen. She has the courage. Okay. We're going to do one more of these, and then I've got a couple more to do. It feels like I've been on forever, but you know what it feels like? Because I didn't do songs. I feel that's what it feels like. I've been on forever. It's so hard to get these cards. They like get stuck together. Oh, okay. Oh, I love this. Look at that. The traditional, the moon. Doesn't that look like a cat and his cat's tail? Is that what it's supposed to be in the movie? I never noticed that till now, as I was talking about the cat that passed away on Dia de los Muertos. And look at over here, the ink, eternal life. It keeps popping up. I feel like we are spiritually eternal. Though our physical body, we're not like the vampire, right? Our physical body dies, but our spirit is eternal, of course. The moon, we're familiar with the moon as secrets being revealed, right? The shadows, and all is revealed in the end. Nothing that the truth cannot stay hidden in the light. And so things are being revealed. Let me look at this card. Oh, it's little pumpkins and an ankh right there. And it does look like a cat's tail. Really cool. So 18, the number 18. So 18 and 9 is the completion of a cycle. And so we are currently in a 9-year cycle in numerology, the ending. That's why I keep telling you that this December is the end. Like something is going to end in December, because we're moving into a 1 cycle for 2026. Wait, we're in 2025, right? 2026. I don't even know what year we're in right now. But we are in a 9-year cycle, and it's going to be the ending of a cycle. It's going to be the ending of something big and the beginning of something new. And like the tower, it must crumble in order to be built on something more solid and a sturdier foundation, right? I really love this the moon card. I'm telling you, like, traditional Rider-Waite has all the imagery. Like I love this imagery because it shows me something else, something more. The spiral, the Fibonacci spiral of us going into circles, like repeating cycles, but with the higher awareness. So like, let's say, take what's happening in the US right now. We're repeating Germany, what happened in German, but differently, because in Germany they didn't have social media and the internet. So we're experiencing different. It's like an open book test, right? Now how do you do things differently? What would you do differently? So, and this also talks about hidden problems, hidden things that you don't talk about, things that stay hidden, things that are hidden from you that are not being shown, right? But that's why you use your intuition. The moon is also intuitive. And so the moon is saying, though you can't see it, feel it. Though you can't see it with your eyes, because I can't show you that way, you need to feel it. So, yeah. Love it. Okay. Now, let's do, oh yeah, I wanted to do these right here. Feel your way. You better shape up. Do. I don't know why that song popped up. You're the one that I want. You are the one, boy. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Number 4, fourth house. Family, home background, comfort, cooking, inner world, real estate, self-care, rejuvenation. I don't have a lot of light in here. I'm seeing a locket, but I'm also seeing, this looks like a passport. So somebody maybe possibly traveling. There's the Fibonacci sequence again. We were talking about that earlier. Earth, and it's nature, right? It's natural, versus earlier we were talking about science not being natural. I have a locket just like that. That is so eerie. But I'm seeing somebody resting. My apologies for my phone. Today's my friend Sarah's birthday, so she's texting me back. She's a Halloween baby. Yeah, fourth house represents your roots, right? Your family, building a solid foundation for the future, right? The number 4, foresight. 444. Yeah, some people might be seeing 444 a lot. My sister literally just sent me a whole license plate and it was like 4444444. 6. There's the 6th house. And the 6 is all about family, right? But it's also about, particularly for the astrology, work, health, well-being, your diet, service to others. Glycerin. It reminds me of that Bush song. Don't let you. But it's also crafting. I've seen somebody like crafting a tonic or something. Like some people make soaps. Some people make things with essential oils. I'm seeing somebody like crafting something. That can also be, some people craft beer. Some people craft things. So I'm seeing somebody crafting something from home. 46, 64. You're the one that I want. Sagittarius, the Voyager. So I definitely am seeing somebody traveling, because I was seeing traveling here, and here's another somebody flying somewhere. Somebody's going somewhere. This person that's standing there reminds me of like Tibet. I'm seeing a horse there, with like the chariot also has a horse. So happy-go-lucky. Lots of luck coming. Somebody's going to be traveling a lot. Risk taking, right? I see the flower, the rose there, the rose representing the Holy Grail. And the Holy Grail goes back to reminding me of the number 33, right? Enlightenment. Those that the universe bestows with esoteric knowledge and wisdom. So the Holy Grail is protected by the Knights Templar. And everybody thinks the Holy Grail is like an actual chalice or a cup. And no, it's actually information. It's wisdom. It's history. And magic. It's all these things that are hidden to the average person. It is bestowed to those that are disciplined. Sagittarius is also November to December, if I'm not mistaken. And Capricorn is December to January. So yeah, I keep seeing that. I keep seeing something before the end of the year. So here it is again, Capricorn. And there's the devil horns again. The boss. Serious, authoritative. I cannot talk right now. A badass, right? Somebody who's going to be taking their business to the next level of things, right? Sagittarius here. Yeah. Yes, now December 21st. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I was trying to figure it out. I was like, wait a minute, I know it's something. Yes, now November 22nd to December 21st. And then Capricorn is December 21st to January, late January, somewhere in January. But yeah, it represents, the devil card right here. But so we're seeing a lot of luck, right? And Capricorn is also luck in this particular sense, right? Majestic, realistic, ambitious. I can't really see this card because it's so dark in here. I'm like, what is this? It looks like he's got a diamond. He's got diamonds surrounding him. And so if you're familiar with diamonds and what they represent, they amplify energy. They are one of the hardest substances on Earth. They, like the Herkimer diamond, is one of the hardest minerals on Earth. And they use it for like, battle tanks and things like that. But the diamond itself amplifies energy. And that's why when people get married, some people, not everybody, it amplifies the energy. So if they're in a big fight, the fight becomes huge. And that's why a lot of people end up fighting a lot after they get married. The energy is just amplified. They're wearing the diamond ring. It amplifies the energy. So I would suggest to married people, I know it's dumb, but when you're in a fight with your partner, like in an argument, disagreement, remove the wedding ring and let it not amplify the emotions and the energy. But when you're in a loving space, put it back on and it amplifies that love and that energy. It's an amplified energy. Look at that. We got a Capricorn and we got a Sagittarius here. Both of you guys. Love that. And look at, we got the 5. So we have 4, 5, and 6. The 5th house. Performance, entertainment, creativity, costumes. It's Halloween, guys. Love affairs, passion, pleasure, parties. I'm seeing somebody. I love that they're swinging. I'm seeing swingers. But no, I'm seeing somebody like having a really good time. Like 5 to me is the adventure seeker. It's passionate. So a passion project, something you're very passionate about. But creative, because I was seeing it as well with one of the other cards, somebody having a creative passion, doing something creative. Oh, sorry, my arm hurts. Disco ball, romance, humor. And is that a watermelon? That's a watermelon. And watermelons are very hydrating. So maybe somebody needs to hydrate. And we have a lily flower, like a stargazer. And lilies represent new beginnings, rebirth. So I'm seeing like somebody's renewed passion. I feel like that's me today in this reading. I haven't done a reading in a while, but I feel like that renewed passion, especially with you guys here, it just feels like, this is what I'm meant to be doing. And sometimes it's hard to like to get myself to do it. But when I do it, I never regret it. It's always like leaves me feeling really good and invigorated. So yeah, the 5th house. We have the 4th, 5th, and 6th house here. Okay, let's do one of these. Aries dealing with the Leo. Oh, that is an Aries dealing with the Leo is intense, is the word that I'm looking for. A lot of passion, a lot of intensity. Kuan Yin, care and compassion. Oh, and look at all those. I love Kuan Yin. I had a lot of synchronicities when I got my Reiki master attunement. I had a lot of my certification and everything. I had a lot of Kuan Yin signs and synchronicities that popped up. And she's a bodhisattva. If you're familiar with bodhisattvas, they reach a level of enlightenment and awareness, but they do not transcend and leave Earth until everybody has reached that level. Like, that's their service to others, is I'm not going to leave you behind. Like, yeah, I've reached this level here, but I'm not leaving you behind. And that's their service to everybody. They have this compassion for everybody, even people that you would think don't deserve compassion, you know? But choose to be love. Do what is right for everyone involved. Offer a helping hand. And I had just posted on my Facebook about Mr. Rogers' quote, look for the helpers, right? And I was just talking to you guys about, like, sometimes when we're not able to use our voice for whatever reason, whether it's because our work, restricts us from speaking out about certain things, or our business restricts us from, you know what I mean? There's other people that are able to, and it's up to us to support those people that are able to. Like, if we can't do it ourselves, if we can't get out there and protest or do these things, at least we can support those that do. And I feel like that's what this is saying. Like, that's our way of offering a helping hand, even if it's just meditation, even if it's just sitting in quiet meditation and visualizing the world that we want to experience. We have to collectively have that vision. Like, we all need to be on the same page of what we want to see and how we want to see it, so we can visualize it. I love Kuan Yin. And she's been through the dark and murk and mud to get to where she is. And she's light. Om Mani Padme Hum. That's her mantra. Om Mani Padme Hum. Mercury, open communication. Get a weight off your chest. Speak up with love and be heard. What was I just talking about? I was talking about, like, some of us are not capable of using our voice, but some of us are. Like, by speaking out about certain things. You know how many followers viewers and followers that I've lost from speaking out about certain things? That's okay, because the people that are meant to be here are here, right? Like, if you have to be in that Kuan Yin energy. Have compassion for all human beings, not just those that are born in your same country. All human beings. And Mercury is great because he's all about communication, but he's also about creativity. And he's got the caduceus there. The traditional, that caduceus is health. So working on your health, manifesting good health with your words, right? What is it? Abracadabra. I speak what I see, or no, I see what I speak. And speak up. And so I feel like this goes back to the very beginning of the reading, where we're dealing with family members or coworkers or friends who have a difference of opinion, or who are stepping all over us, or who are toxic, and we don't speak up because we want to keep the peace, because it's just easier to just keep the peace, and in the process we let people continuously step all over us. And we have to have the courage, like the courage card, the strength card, to speak up and say, I'm not taking this anymore. I am not going to put up with that anymore. So Mercury is also about writing. So if you've been wanting to write something, or you've been working on a creative project, that popped up a lot in this reading tonight. Thank you, Andrea, for subscribing. I'm very grateful. Thank you. Oh, look, focused intent. Oh my God. So for the Halloween candy giveaway, like trick-or-treaters, I had that moon right here on my forehead, but I washed my face before I started doing this. But yeah, it looked really cool. I wish I would have kept it on, but I was just tired. I wasn't sure I was going to do this reading. But then I just got a little nudge before I put my pajamas on. I was like, let me just do this. So thank you guys for being here. So Diana, focus intent. Think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. And exactly what I was telling you guys, we need to manifest as a collective. We need to set our desire together. Like, okay, I want to see and come together. This is why, like, they say covens make things happen, because there's strength in numbers. So the more that somebody, let's say, and prayer works as well the same way. We are all coming together for one cause and say, I want to see blah, blah, blah happen. We all come together, we all visualize it, we all manifest it. So yeah, Diana is all about that. And I really like Diana because she's like Artemis. She's got this, the bow and arrow, and she has the capability to shoot it at somebody. She really does. But she doesn't. It's not necessary for her to do that. Like, she knows, just because I have the bow and arrow doesn't mean I'm going to use it. Just because I can eviscerate you doesn't mean I will. So it's about knowing when to speak and when to say something, right? Did I already do 3? Yes, I did. Okay. And I'm going to do this one, and then I will do the magic ones, and then I will be done. Yes. Pele, divine passion, with all those diamonds falling all over the place. So we had diamonds with the other card as well. I'm seeing lots of diamonds. But she's all about passion, divine passion, creative passion, love passion. And it says, be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? What is your desire, right? The universe, like, if you're wishy-washy, the universe doesn't know what you want. Like, what, like, I'm hearing somebody's like, what do you want from me? Like, from, I know what you did last summer. What do you want from me? Like, the universe is asking you, what do you want? And you tell it. Feel like you already have it. But also, I'm seeing somebody who's very passionate about something, right? Volcanoes erupting. I had been seeing volcanoes erupting for a while, so that imagery popping up is scary, but that's Mother Earth, right? Mother Earth is doing stuff. I love Pele. She's the Hawaiian goddess. Purification. Oh, look at very similar kind of energy. There's the Kundalini awakening, wish fulfillment, peace. Here's the cups again. Lots of cups, lots of doves. When doves cry, doo, 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 doo. This is all about purification, purifying yourself, your home. It is time for a cleansing, detoxification of your body and mind. So if you've been like, especially if you're like on the internet a lot, sometimes we absorb too much of other people's energy, emotions, a lot of hate, a lot of anger. And so I try not to, like, when I'm watching videos or doing things, I try not to read the comments too much, because there's always going to be somebody who disagrees with what you're watching, or disagrees with you or your thoughts. And we were not meant as humans to have access to all that. It's overload for our system. It's overload for, whoa, that was weird. Oh, look at that light, the painting behind me when I put my arms out. It like lights up. Weird. That was really weird. Thank you, Roman. I appreciate that. I'm just doing, I don't know. I never like thought of this as like something that would change people's lives or anything. I think I think I'm more of everything that I've done. I think I'm more proud of like my Reiki work. But I haven't been able to do Reiki in a while. I feel like I have to be in a really like a sacred environment for like, when I if you watch all my Reiki videos, I was always in a very sacred environment. I was always somewhere that was like, the energy resonated with healing. And I haven't been around that in a while, so it's hard for me to make Reiki videos. But I want to get back there again. I feel like there's a lot of knowledge to be shared within those videos. As I am saying that, there's the Reiki woman. Ishelle, medicine woman. You are a channel for divine healing power. So yeah, guys, look at the electricity is in her fingertips. She has that energy. As I was like looking, wait, was it here? No, here. The painting lights up. Um, it's Ishel. And I love this photo. Anytime I see this, I always think of Costa Rica or something like that, like a very tropical location. And I wasn't going to read Ishal, but I am because it's one of my favorite cards in this deck. I don't get it too often. Medicine Woman. Commanding power is not the same as demanding it. Demanding comes from a childlike place, akin to a tantrum, based upon the fear that it might be withheld. Commanding is based upon the sure and steady knowledge that you are a part of the Great Spirit's grace and wisdom. You're a lightning rod that can conduct the power. Simply connect to the power through unyielding clarity of your thought processes. Don't waver for a moment in your sure and steady decision to be a conduit of power that already resides within you. Connect to the even bigger source and allow it to amplify your natural power. In this way, you're a steady connector of the infinite, from the infinite and to the infinite. In other words, it's all spirit around you, through you, and to whomever you're healing. You're a healer. You're being healed. The situation and or your loved one is being healed. Honor your healing knowledge and abilities. Learn about healing. Teach the healing arts. Start or continue your healing practice. And Ishel has been revered since ancient times as the Mayan moon goddess. So we did get the moon card as well earlier, who with her husband, the sun god, gave birth to all other Mayan gods as the embodiment of the moon. Ishel is intimately connected to the tides of the water. We did get so much water energy in this reading. Like there was so many cups here, like the cups were overflowing. As a mother goddess, Ishel helps with fertility and childbirth. She's also a powerful healer who remembers the origins of human life upon the planet. She can connect you to your foundational roots as a spiritual healer. So if you've been wanting to get into Reiki and become a Reiki teacher, or just to practice Reiki for yourself, I highly recommend it. And I really like that. Okay, so it discusses like the Mayan stuff, but I wanted to talk about the 3-1 Atlas, or 3-eye Atlas that's in the sky right now. If you guys are familiar with the Hopi prophecies of the blue Kachina, their prophecy is exact aligned with that what is happening here on Earth, in the US, on Earth, in some other countries, as well as in the sky. It's the exact alignment. So if you're not familiar with the blue star Kachina, I highly recommend looking it up. It's hard to explain unless even me, who have done so much research on the Hopi prophecy and the blue star and all that stuff, it's hard for me to even explain it. I think you have to like really read it and resonate with it in a weird way to be able to explain it to others. But their prophecy is that this blue star comes and it's almost like a shock wave on Earth that changes things, changes everybody, and it wipes away certain energy off the planet. So I just really think that it's really interesting that it's all aligned right now with what's happening in the world. Breath work, meditation. Yes, Roman. It really is. And it's, even if I always tell people, even if it's only 5 minutes a day, even if it's just 5 minutes a day, 5 minutes of breath work, 5 minutes of meditation, 5 minutes of prayer, if you prefer, 5 minutes of jumping jacks, 5 minutes of learning something new, that balances mind, body, and spirit in 15 minutes. Yeah, and I'm guilty of not even having the wherewithal for 15 minutes, but definitely recommend it. Okay, here we go. Closing it out. Goddess. Healing feminine energy. This card represents, so it's the goddess within all of us, right? Even though the masculine has the goddess within him. And sometimes it's reminder, to get more in that feminine energy. I feel like the patriarchy is crumbling, and we're moving into the more feminine energy of compassion, receptivity, right? But people want to hold on to old ways because it's that cognitive dissonance. So people will fight for that. They don't want progress. They want control. The labyrinth. Oh my gosh, I love this. Transition to a higher level of being, raising your energetic vibration, enlightenment. So look at that labyrinth. Have you guys ever seen the TV show Westworld? If you haven't, I highly recommend it. I think on HBO. But this symbol is very important in that TV show, and it's the labyrinth, right? It's us going through these experiences, um, getting and coming out the other side with new profound wisdom and insight. So raising your vibration, enlightenment. We were talking about enlightenment earlier. It popped up a lot at the very beginning with the number 33. We are being enlightened. The truth is being revealed to us, right? And some people, even though the truth is being revealed, they don't want to see it. It's like I'm seeing, like, like when you're arguing with somebody and they're childish and they're like, nah, 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 nah. Like, I feel like some people are doing that. Like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, because they don't want their world to crumble. They want to continue believing a false narrative, whether this is religion or, politics, etc. They want to continue to believe in what they want to believe, even when presented with facts of otherwise. Guys, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of religion. Felicitas. Felix Felicius. Power symbol to create lucky, serendipitous events. I can't even pronounce that right now. Felix, but they pronounce it Feliz. Serendipitous. Felicitas. Felicitas? Felicitas? Oh my God. Anyways, just look at the symbol. Symbol is your message. It's a sigil. And this sigil is particularly a power symbol to create lucky, serendipitous events. I'm okay with not having serendipitous events, happy accidents. I'm okay with having no more accidents, but I would like to have lucky events. But accidents, I'm okay with not having anymore. Thank you. Thank you. Protection. Strong protective magic for the family and the home. You are divinely protected. And then I remember earlier when I was shuffling the cards earlier and putting them away, putting them over here, there was the prosperity one that popped up. And I wanted to remember it. Mystic Star, harmony in the home and great friendship. So there's 2 home cards there. So yeah. Self-confidence, strong self-belief, and a sense of worth. Ta-da! Okay, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this Halloween reading. Sometimes it's really hard to, like, get yourself in a place to channel, because you see things and it's like you see all these great things happening, but sometimes it doesn't reflect in the world around us. So, but we have to, like, take that as a win anyway. Even it's okay for something good to happen to you, even though bad things are happening around you. It's okay to accept that good that's happening to you, even though things that are not good are happening around you. We don't have to suffer because everything around us is suffering. It's okay for us to take a win sometimes. So don't forget to take that win. Okay? So yeah, I want to say, oh, you know what? I'm not done. I put these aside because I wanted to use them. So I'm not done. 3 more cards, guys. Gossip. I really like this card because it's like this girl in the middle, she don't give a hoot about the gossip. And it's usually the ones that are closest to you that are gossiping. And they only gossip because they're not happy with their lives. So don't care what other people think about you. What other people think about you is none of your business. That's their perception of reality, right? I love this card because it's got the beautiful emerald there. But we see through our perception, and some people have a different perception than ours. They're seeing the world in a totally different way. Think of like MK Ultra. Quest. You get to choose which path you want to take. Which quest you want to take. This quest over here is almost like 5D energy, and this is the old energy. This is the old energy right here. We're moving into this new energy. Be open to receive it, right? Be open to grow. And be grateful for the experience. So, thank you guys so much for watching and for being here. I am so very grateful. I am so sorry it took me so long, but I'm grateful that I was able to have you guys here to spend Halloween with me. So thank you guys so much. I hope to be back again for 11/11. So I'm going to put it on my calendar, and I'm hoping that I can be here. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, Roman. Thank you, everybody. I love you guys. Namaste.